everyone. I am Dr. Sunita Meena, Assistant Professor, Government Loya College, Churu. Today we will discuss an essay of studies by Francis Bacon. This essay is included in BA Part 1st, 2nd paper. Uh, Before going to the essay, we will have a short introduction of the author Francis Bacon. Francis Bacon was born in 1561 and died in 1626. Bacon is considered as the father of English essays. Bacon belongs to Elizabethan and Jacobean age. The period between 1558 to 1603 is considered as the Elizabethan age in English literature, and the period between 1603 to 1625 is considered as the Jacobean age in English literature. So Bacon was born in 1561, so he was born in Elizabethan age and he died in Jacobean age, so he belongs to both the ages. Bacon's fame in world literature mainly rests on his essays, which were first published in 1597. This essay of studies is also included in his first edition of essays, which was published in 1597, which contains 10 essays. His second edition of essays was published in 1612 with 38 essays. His final edition of essays published in 1625 with 58 essays. Bacon's style is terse and epigrammatical. Epigrammatical means to convey thought in a concise way, or we can say to convey thought in a form of a maxim or proverb. When you will study this essay, you will find that the whole essay is strewn with different type of maxims and proverbs. Bacon's major works include The Advancement of Learning, New Atlantis, Novum Organum, and The History of Henry VII, etc. Now come to the essay of studies. In this essay, Bacon tries to describe the use, abuse, the purpose and the result of studies. I have divided the whole essay into 6 parts. First part, utility of studies. Second, the abuse of excessive study. Third, the value of practical experience. Fourth, the proper way of studies. Fifth, the classification of studies. Sixth, the value of different subjects. Utility of studies. In the inception of the essay, Bacon says that studies serve for delight, ornament and ability. They provide us with pleasure and enjoyment in our free time. They provide us with ornament in speech. Ornamental use of studies is exhibited in our conversation or discussion. They help us to make our speech more impressive and effective. They develop our mental capacity. They help us to take decisions, to take sound decisions. Second point, the abuse of excessive studies or the disadvantages of studies. Bacon states that devoting too much time to studies increases laziness or aversion to work. To make an excessive display of our learning is an artificial pretense. It makes our discussion artificial. If a person takes decision only wholly by the bookish rules, then the other people will make fun of him, according to Bacon. Third, the value of practical experience. Bacon states that all bookish knowledge should be supplemented by practical experience. He says that natural abilities are like natural plants which require pruning. He further states that there are different type of people treats studies in different way. Crafty men condemn studies, simple men admire them, and wise men use them. Then next point, the proper way of studies. Bacon says that we should not read to contradict and confute others. We should not reject the views of other people, nor should we accept every written word as a gospel truth. He says that the aim of studies is to weigh and consider. We should examine everything carefully. Next point, the classification of books. Bacon classifies books into three categories. According to Bacon, some books are to be tested. Means we should read some books only in parts or in fragments. Some books are to be swallowed. Means we should read them but not curiously or eagerly. Some books are to be chewed and digested. Means we should read some books, some important books with full attention. Further, he divided books into two types. First, meaner sort of book. He states that we should read such type of books by a deputy. And second is distilled books. We should read this kind of books with full attention. Sixth point, the value of different subjects. Bacon says that different subjects fosters different type of ability in a person. Like history fosters wisdom, poetry fosters, makes a person witty, maths makes us subtle, natural philosophy fosters depth, moral fosters gravity, logic and rhetoric fosters power of debate or argument. Further, Bacon states that studies are a cure for mental deficiency. He states that like different type of physical diseases are cured by different type of exercises. Like bowling is good for stone in veins, shooting is good for lungs and breast, gentle walking is good for stomach, riding is good for head. Similarly, there are certain subjects that can cure different mental defects in a person. Maths is good for wandering wits. Philosophy is good for a person who is unable to distinguish or differentiate. Unsteady memory. A person who have unsteady memory, he should read lawyer's case. Thank you.